You've struggled oh so hard. Don't face your fears.
It is 7 minutes after 12 on this Tuesday, the 12th of January 2021. You are listening to the Mari Mokwanda Show on Salam Media with your host, Mari Mokwanda. Being a Tuesday, this means it is time for the hit list. And today's hit list features a Limpopo teacher who is one of the top 10 best in the world. Mokhudu Machaba, who was named as one of the top 10 teachers last year, is here to tell us about her story and her journey as a teacher. Mokhudu, good day. Oh, we've just lost her. She got disconnected there for a moment. This feels like it's Mixed Days, MXIT, if you know, you know, where we'd be like, DC, last message, please. All right, there she is back on the line. Still 8 minutes after 12, and I am joined by top 10, one of the top 10 world's best teachers, Mokhudu Machaba. Mokhudu, good day, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Miriam. Thank you for hosting me.
It's a pleasure. All right, so teaching is not something that you've dreamt of doing. It's not something that you wanted to do initially, but you went ahead and did teaching. Was it something that was forced upon you? Tell us how your journey began.
Um, yeah, my journey began when I realized that all the courses that I wanted to do, I couldn't afford them. So I headed straight to teaching. It wasn't one of my favorite profession because everyone else in my community was one, and the challenges and the struggles I've seen teachers going through, I didn't want to add to the statistics. So my love for teaching started when I was in my second year and I was doing my practice teaching. And the scenario was different from where I went to school because I went to school in college to in Gauteng, and I saw a vast difference of how things are done, and my passion started there.
And why did you choose to teach foundation phase?
Hence, I say it wasn't one of my preferences. I remember I started at a technical college
Mm-hmm.
doing educare. Um, when I realized that at a technical college, I'm still doing what is equivalent to my matric, then I
Mm-hmm.
decided to apply to a college of education. And I realized how so many people wanted to teach at a higher phases, the intermediate phases, the senior phases, and the FEC. Then I just tried to um, try my luck to apply for the foundation phase. And honestly, during my first year at college, I was frustrated because I really didn't want to be there, but I found myself there.
Mhm. Well, it seems like it's something that you were meant to do, whether you liked it or not, because that was the plan that God had for you. Now, tell us about the competition. How did you
So,
make it to the top 10 best teachers in the world?
oh, well, it started when I started showcasing the work that my learners was doing because there was a bit of frustration. I'm working at a school where there are no resources, and when I'm in class, I mean, I can learn so much from my learners. They teach me new things every day. They are skillful. They have talents. So I used whatever that we had just to unleash their potential. And when I saw that they are so skillful, I started entering competitions. Especially, I started with the ICT integration in the classroom because I realized that the world is moving, and we're still teaching them in the old way of teaching traditional methods. then I introduced ICT integration in the classroom, and I showcased what my learners were doing. Started with there was a competition called ISPA Super Teacher. They're still there. It is still there. ISPA Super Teacher Award, and I didn't make it in my initial years until I was a winner in 2013. And I started showcasing with Microsoft. I was selected to be one of the expert teachers to represent my other colleagues in the USA in 2015. I saw the difference that I can make to my learners, and I didn't stop. I just went on and on and on just to showcase what my learners do. And that's what landed me in the Global Teacher Prize Top 10. And when I came back every time, I will extend the knowledge that I have gained to my peers, just to let them know what is going on out there. What can they do with the learners in the classroom?
Mm-hmm. Well, that is quite a milestone and quite an achievement that you have achieved thus far. I mean, being one of the top 10 of the world's best teachers, this is not just national, this is not just continental, this is the world. We're talking about teachers from across the globe. Now, what was the judging criteria? How do they determine who gets to be in the top 10 or the top 100? Or even be the winner?
Okay, they start with the top 50, right? We send applications online. Somebody must nominate you, or you can apply yourself. And then after you have done the application, there's no need for you to be approved in the application. During the application or the nomination that you would accept, you start filling up questions that are based on what you are doing in the classroom, in the community, how you encourage your peers, how you are encouraging your learners to become global citizens. And then those questions, they are about 10, where you are supposed to fill about 500 words, 300 words about the work that you are doing. And I just did everything that I was doing with the community, with the learners, with my peers. Voila, I was there in the top 50 when they did the first selection. And
oh, we have just lost Mokhudu. We're going to try and get her back. But while we do that, we do stay with us. We're going to take a break and we will continue.
This is Salam Media, coming to you live from South Africa.
As winter grips the Northern Hemisphere, refugees, IDPs, and other vulnerable communities are doing all they can to survive. Winter is already the hardest time of year, and in the current global context, this year will be even worse. With your help, the Al Imdad Foundation is delivering life-saving winter warmth items in 12 countries globally, including Syria, Palestine, Yemen, Kashmir, and Pakistan. So be warm-hearted and sponsor a winter pack at just 600 Rand.
Yeah,
Donate online
that
at alpinda.com
that she received because
or
of the generosity
0861
of
786 243 for more information.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. Platinum bursts with intricate freshness, and every pure diamond becomes more than just a girl's best friend. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, where timeless dreams become a reality. Come to us. We tailor-make designer gold, platinum, and diamond jewelry. Trade in or remodel your old gold. Clad yourself with classy name-branded watches. We offer insurance valuation and freezer card calculation. Visit us at 534 Ridge Road, Overport, or call 031 208 9142. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, manufacturers of fine gold and diamond jewelry.
Freedom Stationery supply Marlin and Marlin Kids pens to me and my school friends. They supply just about everything we need to help us get a better education, from books to files to rulers. In fact, any any accessory we need. Freedom Stationery. Education for the nation. What does accessory mean?
Connect and stay ahead with Salam Media. This is Salam Media, coming to you live from South Africa.
I'm feeling good waking up today. Got to say thanks to Allah for giving me another day, for the breath I breathe, to the trees, back to me. Can't you see? I'm living life in harmony. Got the sun shining down on me perfectly, currently. Feeling the breeze from the sea, and the clouds giving shade to me. Pray for me patiently, growing the food that I eat. And we could never count your blessings. Every second, so many lessons got me turning to the heavens. Thanks to He for creating me, shaping me, sustaining me. Praises to the Rabbil Alameen.
It's 19 past 12 on this Tuesday, the 1st of January 2021. What am I saying? It's not the 1st of January, it's the 12th of January 2021. And joining me is one of the world's top 10 best teachers, Mokhudu Machaba. We lost her during or before the break, but we have her back now. Mokhudu, thank you for staying with us. I know the connection is not that great, but we will try and get through this as best as we can. Now, what would you say?
Hello.
I'll let you get that. All right, guys.
Hello. Hello.
Mokhudu was one of the Limpopo, a teacher from Limpopo, is one of the top best in the world, and she spent the last 17 years of her life as a teacher. As much as teaching has brought her tremendous joy, she admitted it was a career she was never interested in. As if you just joined us, that was what she mentioned in the beginning. Mokhudu, how would you respond to the criticism when they say that South African teachers are lazy and they are lazy and they don't have a passion for teaching anymore?
The critics at some point can be valid, cannot be valid. To me, it's 50-50. Because if you check what the media is doing, when a teacher has done something wrong in the education sector, the story will be just taken up and they will be just being handled or mishandled in such a way that to the listeners of the story becomes so different. But what I can say is teachers are doing their best. They are doing their best in the sense that, especially in the townships and the rural villages where there are no resources, they go all out to improvise. They use whatever they have. There are so many challenges, and with the monitoring system and the evaluation from the department, you may find that they don't get enough support from the seniors. And when they get stuck or they get frustrated with their work, it takes time for them to be rescued from the situation, and they still have to go on with their day-to-day routine of teaching and encouraging and empowering learners. So to me, they are doing their best, but I don't deny the fact that there are those teachers who are out there having their own personal frustrations, and still, to me, they still need to be attended to, maybe with the section of wellness where they can be assisted and, yeah, make sure that they improve their well-being and they can be back on track with their work.
You've been teaching for 17 years. How has the quality of education developed since you started?
It moves at the pace of a snail. um, with the changing of policies at some point, you find that policies have changed, but the schools where we are in, especially where I'm working at, they are still lacking so much to keep up with what is trending. For example, we are at the point where we need to introduce schools, but we're still struggling with the buildings, the infrastructure. We're still struggling with the resources to work. Some learners are sharing textbooks. You can imagine if they need to put up the infrastructure for artificial intelligence. Is it going to be functional, and how long is it going to take? So, with the nonsense that is being rolled out to schools per learner, it finds schools that were previously disadvantaged at a disadvantage at the same time, because you find that they start with the dilapidated buildings, simple resources like a photocopier, a computer of being a server, security to make sure that those devices or those gadgets are in a safe place. So the money goes all out to the development instead of um, teaching and learning.
Yeah, no, in that case, we have a long way to go, but we are hopeful as a country. Now, how do you feel when you see your students, children that you have taught, make a name for themselves and become something or someone in life?
That makes me so fulfilled. Knowing their background, I can relate. I've been a village girl. Going to school for me was a matter of do or die. So, um, if a learner is coming out of that circumstance and improve and achieve their goals, it fulfills me. It tells me that I'm doing something, I'm making a change in the life of my student, or one learner that would have dropped out maybe, or maybe didn't do anything with their life. Hence, I have made sure that most of the time, when learners are not coping in class, I use the white paper 6, which is the inclusive policy, to engage the parents. And I have set a good relationship between me and the parents of my learners. So you find that most of the time, all the learners in my classroom, I know almost all of their parents, because I do parents consultations. I encourage them to support their kids, and yeah, it has made a huge improvement in the lives of those learners that I'm teaching.
Yeah, no, it's so important to get parents involved as well, because parents often think that when they send their children to school or their child to school, then that's where it ends and all the job falls on the teacher. But it's a partnership between the teacher and the parents in order to nurture the child and give the child the education that they deserve and that they need. Any advice for our young teachers out there, or our teachers who are struggling, especially now during this pandemic?
I will encourage them to do what they can. and use what they have to achieve what is achievable. We shouldn't wait at a corner and say we don't get support, therefore I'm sitting back. Because to me, teaching is being entrusted with a huge responsibility of changing a life. So as teachers, we need to go all out. And I would also encourage those who want to come into the teaching fraternity that they shouldn't come here because they see it as a way out of poverty, as I did. They should come because they should know and understand that this is one of the profession where you are going to be enthroned with the lives of your learners, that you need them beyond their limits to achieve beyond what they can achieve, uh, despite their social and physical background. So we need to be there for them, supporting them emotionally, intellectually, holistically, actually.
Right. Thank you so much for your time, Mokhudu. And once again, congratulations on your achievements. And I wish you well in your future endeavors.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
That was our hit list for today. Mokhudu Machaba, who was named as one of the top 10 world's best teachers last year, and she hails from Limpopo. And you've heard for yourself the struggles that she has as a teacher, but she still remains passionate and dedicated to her craft, and it's something that she did not want to do 17 years or maybe 18 years ago, but she started it and has been a teacher for 17 years and counting. So, yeah, kudos to her, and good luck to her for her future. It is 12:29. You are listening to the Mara Mukonda Show on Salam Media. We will be right back.